In this video, you're gonna learn the 5 things that I would do to improve my control and duration of a handstand. My name is Kyle, and I've been doing calisthenics for about 3 years at this point, and the handstand was actually the very first skill that I ever learned. So, in this video, I hope I can help you improve your very own handstand. If you don't know how to do a handstand yet, please check out my other video on the 5 steps to learn a handstand. So I hope you enjoy the video. Tip number 1 is going to be a drill. I call it the toe tap drill, and this is one of the first drills that I ever learned, and I did it a ton when I was first learning the handstand. This definitely helped me increase the duration and control of my handstands. In this drill, the objective is to learn balance by slowly relying less and less on the wall. You're going to put one foot on the wall and then switch to the other. And as you get better at this drill, you're going to increase the time between switches and actually hold the handstand away from the wall between taps. So for this one, I would recommend starting out with both feet on the wall and taking one off at a time. And as you get more advanced, you can end with both feet off the wall and only one on at a time. And doing this repetitively, maybe several times a day, each time you work on your handstand, will definitely help your control and balance. For the second tip, we're going to actually be talking about where our eyes are looking during a handstand. You want to pick a point on the ground and focus on it, and it's actually important where that spot is. It needs to be slightly in front of your hands, because if you think about where your head is going to be in contrast to your shoulders and your hips, if they're aligned directly over your hands, your eyes are going to be slightly forward. So you're going to pick a spot right in front of your hands in the center and stare at that while you do your handstand. The way I want you to think about this is, imagine you are standing on one leg, right? To balance accurately, you're going to have to focus on a specific point not to fall. If I'm looking all over, it becomes a lot more difficult to hold my balance. But if I'm focusing on one single spot, it's going to be a lot easier to make small corrections throughout the handstand. If it's too far in front of your hands, you're going to be falling forwards, or too far in line with your hands, you're going to fall over backwards. So make sure to pick a spot that works for you and be consistent, because this is what will help train your brain to make those small corrections. The next thing is what to do with your arms to prevent falling. Now there's about 2 main controls that you can do that will help increase your duration. So the first one's pretty simple, and we actually went over it in the 5 steps to do a handstand, but it's simply pressing with your forearms. When you're in your handstand and you feel like you're gonna fall backwards, you can just press with your forearms and it pushes the rest of your body backwards as long as your arms are fully straight. The second type of control with your arms when you're about to fall is actually to prevent falling the other way, towards the front of your body. So when you feel like this, you're actually going to want to bend your elbows slightly. Now normally when you're doing your handstand, your arms are going to be rotated fully inwards to help keep your elbows locked out and nice and straight. However, when you feel like you're going to fall towards the front of your body, it's okay to slightly bend your elbows. What this does is bring your upper body a little bit more forward, and it can help you prevent falling. However, it's also going to tilt your body, so it's really important to bring your legs back up once you're stable. This involves keeping your lower back really tight, and remember to focus on keeping your legs at the highest point to prevent falling. This 4th tip might sound a bit simple, but it's actually to breathe. Now the reason this is important is when you do short handstands, maybe 2 to 5 seconds, you really can hold your breath and have no problems. But as you get longer and longer, a breathing pattern becomes extremely important. Now the point of breathing is really to help your mind and body stay calm throughout the handstand. If you're breathing too rapidly, you're going to lose focus, and if you're holding your breath, it's going to be impossible to hold your handstand for longer than about 10 or 15 seconds. What I like to do is focus on exhaling, because your body naturally breathes in air. So as long as you breathe that air out, your body will fall into a natural rhythm of controlled, slow breathing. This is extremely important, especially if you get into the 30-40 second range, because you need a consistent breathing pattern or you're going to lose focus and fall over. The 5th and final tip that's going to help your handstand is going to be a second drill. This drill will help you put all the previous tips in practice, so make sure that you study those and put them in practice during this drill. I don't really know what to call this, but this is something that I did a lot after I learned to hold a handstand, and it involves moving your legs around in different patterns to make sure that you're able to control a handstand and balance when different things go wrong. This one really helped me, and it looks something like this. This one, do whatever you're most comfortable with. The important thing is not what you do with your legs, but it's just an exercise to help you practice all the other 4 techniques in this video. Those are the 5 tips that I used to increase my control and duration of a handstand. Let me know what works best for you. And also, if you haven't yet learned how to do handstand, I have a video on the 5 steps that you need to do your first ever handstand. Please check out my channel for more content, and I'll see you next time. Oh, hey, check out my other video before you go. There's also more content down on my channel.